I love y'all. But y'all just bear with me. I'm finna destroy Young Thug. He will not be able to rap no more. Woody, be quiet.
Everyone knows how much the fans adore Young Thug, and the feeling is mutual between him and his supporters. But sometimes, tough moments arise, and right now, it feels like his career is under serious threat. There's talk that he might not be able to continue rapping at the level he once did. People are urging others like Woody to stay silent amid the chaos. Questions are flying around about whether this is truly the end for Thug. Some believe there's still time to turn things around, perhaps with a couple more hours of discussion or contact to sort it out. In the midst of this, reminders about legal rights come up, like the option to call a lawyer immediately. The fact that he spoke for a full 2 hours during an interrogation has raised eyebrows. What was he thinking, engaging in such a lengthy conversation? And now, with footage from that session leaking out, showing what appears to be him providing information to authorities, Young Thug attempted to salvage his image by dropping a new album. Unfortunately, the reception wasn't what he hoped for. Fans expressed disappointment, saying things like they've been waiting eagerly for his release from jail, only to get something that felt underwhelming. They wondered if anyone in his circle actually reviewed the project beforehand because it seemed like a missed opportunity. Even prominent figures in the industry, like DJ Akademiks, weighed in on the situation. He suggested that the album's poor performance, with only around 48,000 units sold in the first week, stemmed from Thug's overactive presence on social media. By constantly tweeting to defend himself against the snitching claims, he shattered the enigmatic aura that had once surrounded him. Akademiks noted that this was a rare instance where Thug's sales were declining instead of rising. He labeled it a total failure, arguing that the key weakness exposed was the challenge to Thug's street credibility. In Akademiks' view, everyone has a vulnerability, and for Thug, it was these accusations of betrayal. Since his release from jail, Thug has been behaving unusually, spiraling in response to the narratives painting him as hypocritical, especially since he's accused others of being informants while facing similar allegations himself. The album drop, however, triggered a bigger problem that accelerated his troubles. Reports emerged that Georgia authorities were seeking to violate his probation and send him back behind bars. This stemmed from various actions and statements that violated his release terms. A viral post from someone named Benzano criticized the system for releasing Thug's private jail conversations, suggesting it was a deliberate setup to provoke him while he was on probation. He argued that the leaks were intentional, lacking any watermarks that would indicate they came from media outlets like TMZ. Instead, it seemed like government entities were behind it, using social media monitoring teams to manipulate public perception. These departments, from federal levels down to local government, constantly scan online activity, and the hip-hop community often unwittingly provides them with ammunition by reacting publicly. This controversy caught DJ Akademiks' attention again, who offered a candid perspective on the YSL saga. He explained that Thug isn't overly concerned about returning to jail. His primary focus is maintaining the image of being a hardcore gangster despite his millionaire status. Akademiks pointed out the irony in how these successful artists, who rose from humble beginnings, remain fixated on projecting street toughness. He referenced a post from Woody expressing vulnerability, which clashed with the tough guy persona. Akademiks suggested that everyone involved needs professional help to cope with their success and the pressures it brings. The group wasn't content with financial achievements. They insisted on upholding a dangerous image, only to abandon it when law enforcement intervened, suddenly prioritizing family over the code. Thug's determination to prove his authenticity, regardless of online leaks, led him to actions that risked his freedom. Notably, the leaks began intensifying after he publicly criticized a female police officer, the same one involved in Gunna's plea deal. Thug posted her photo, calling her the biggest liar in the DA's office and reposting memes hating on her. This officer, Marissa Vivero, was a government official, and by targeting her while on probation, Thug potentially signaled threats, prompting the motion to revoke his release. Her testimony in related cases, like those involving OMF and 4PF groups, including Lil Baby, added fuel, as she highlighted ongoing beefs and potential indictments. To grasp the full picture, it's essential to examine the leaked interrogation footage itself. In it, Thug discusses an incident involving Lil Wayne's tour bus in 2015, claiming it occurred in Atlanta while he was in New Orleans. He distances himself, saying he doesn't understand the details and hesitates to implicate anyone, but mentions Birdman and Pee Wee Roscoe. He expresses doubt about Roscoe's involvement, emphasizing his character. The session dragged on for 2 hours, prompting reactions from Roscoe himself. In a response video, Roscoe defended Thug, saying he handled the interrogation properly as a law-abiding citizen. He argued that providing statements isn't snitching, especially since Thug tried to clear his name without directly accusing. Roscoe recalled past praise for Thug's loyalty when they were both incarcerated, highlighting how public perception shifts selectively. Roscoe insisted Thug kept it real and didn't betray him, but the rap world largely disagreed, viewing it as cooperation with authorities. Shortly after, Thug tweeted that the video wasn't shown in court because it helped his brother, using a hashtag to mock rat accusations. This led some to speculate Thug paid Roscoe to vouch for him, desperate to preserve his career. It appeared as if Thug was pleading with the public to dismiss the snitch label, aligning with Academic's earlier observations about his vulnerability. YSL Woody, however, pushed back, exposing what he claimed was a hidden story involving Roscoe. He recounted a conversation where Roscoe admitted involvement in something, suggesting he was covering for Thug now. As the footage spread, even Tekashi669 chimed in, criticizing Thug for talking extensively to police, contrasting it with the right to remain silent. He questioned why the industry was silent, calling out names like Lil Baby, 21 Savage, and Future for not speaking up. The consensus seemed to be that Thug's actions crossed a line, especially since Roscoe downplayed it while evidence suggested otherwise. Things escalated when YSL member Mondo shared his unfiltered views, admitting he'd cooperate if needed and predicting the end of YSL. He criticized Thug for pushing a rat narrative after beating a RICO charge himself, urging humility instead. Mondo accused Thug of brainwashing fans, pointing out inconsistencies in what constitutes snitching. If Gunna's affirmations were betrayal, then Thug's statements naming Roscoe were too. He lamented the need for father figures in the community, leading to blind loyalty. This intensified the pressure on Thug, with Woody warning 21 Savage and Lil Baby to distance themselves, as Thug might drag them down if he falls. Woody defended Gunna, saying he did nothing wrong, and referenced Thug's past decisions not to sign Lil Baby to avoid entangling him. Both heeded the advice. 21 Savage unfollowed Thug on Instagram, and Lil Baby severed ties completely. Rollo, another figure affected, echoed these warnings, claiming Thug ruined his career by spreading lies to the feds and instructing others like Lil Baby to cut him off. Rollo mocked Thug's tweet about rappers turning to gospel, predicting he'd face similar scrutiny. He exposed Thug's pattern of calling peers to isolate perceived snitches, like with Gunna post-release. Thug responded to Rollo, differentiating their situations. Rollo allegedly lied about real crimes, while Thug claimed an honest mistake about Lil Wayne items to prove no beef. He accused Rollo of offering to testify against him and others for freedom. The next day, more interrogation clips surfaced, showing Thug promising future information to officers, even asking for a number. This private exchange going public devastated his image. Academics speculated Gunna's team held these recordings, leaking them strategically to counter Thug's attacks. During a stream, Academics suggested Gunna obtain them through legal channels for appeals, noting the absence of Gunna's own calls as suspicious. He implied mutual sabotage, with Thug reviewing Gunna's calls too. Soon after, another leaked call emerged where Thug calls QCP a rat and discusses